We have got a quick drone video for a beautiful tract, mostly open meadow on this tract at the Jesse James project. This is tract L. So it's one of the lettered tracts, which means you can get to it in a truck, an SUV, generally in a car. You can pull your trailer out here. We're looking north. The red truck was parked on the easement road at the north side of the property, and we're kind of backing up while we're looking over the property. So mostly open meadow. That's a fence line at the south side that we're looking down on right now. And I'm sure we'll pan back up and do a better look at the property here in a moment. There we go. So this is an early spring video. Most of the grass hasn't even greened up. Very few leaves are out. Oh, there's an aerial photo of the property. So you can see it's 90% open meadow. Has a little bit of mature timber kind of toward the center and a few trees toward the north side as well. But for the most part, it's open. So if you've been looking for a tract, for a large yard, for a garden type area, this might be right up your alley. There's a topo map. It's actually technically the highest on the west side or the southwest side, and slopes down very gently as you go easterly. As you'll see on the drone video and the ground video, a lot of this in our minds is what we would call level or just very mildly sloped. So extremely usable property. Okay, so we're looking northerly, like we said, over the property. And this, as we also said, this is an early spring video, so those trees that you see that by some indication look dead, for lack of a better word, they just don't have their leaves yet. So I mean, there might be a couple dead trees out here, but most of these trees just haven't leafed out. So that's looking westerly. You can see the easement road where it comes in. It goes through those beautiful pastures and then out to the county road, which is Cactus Road. And then goes easterly to the property. If you look about in the center, you can see that red dot. That's the truck parked at the north side of the property on the easement road. We're gonna, I believe, do a slow northerly flyover. So that fence row that you see at the bottom, that's going to be about the south side of the property. So as soon as we hop that fence, we're on the property. You can see, like we said, mostly open. They left some mature trees just to make it interesting when they turned this into pasture a couple years ago, which I'm sure was a very expensive proposition. If you've had any kind of major dirt work done, it's extremely expensive to create pasture. To actually remove timber and stumps and get them out of the way, it's extremely expensive. Looking off to the east, just kind of checking out the area. And now looking southerly directly over the property. So you may have to do a little, I'm not sure, chainsaw work or whatnot to be able to pull right onto this property because there is some timber toward the north end. But it appears to be very usable. Again, check out the ground video where we actually walk the property. That's oftentimes better than the drone video. The combination of the drone and the ground we think is great. And that's what we've got here. So we've got that fringe of mature timber on the north as we look southerly. Transitions to meadow, and then that first meadow is probably about the lowest part of the property. From there it rises up as you keep going south. So your ideal building spot is probably more toward the south end building site or campsite or whatnot, where you've got kind of that higher section of meadow. Gorgeous tract. The wildlife, the deer and the turkey, they love it out here. You're a few miles from town, you're a few miles from the highway, from I-44 actually, but you're still very private. Awesome property.